Modern technology allows humans to automate everything, from growing lettuce and peeling onions to blowing condoms. What all these production processes have in common is that they're exciting and that they're definitely worth a look. In this episode, I'll show you the most innovative and coolest production processes that you can't take your eyes off. There will be a lot to see. Let's go. It's hard to imagine that the production process of lettuce in containers can be automated. Nevertheless, it is automated. And here's how it works. Growing leaf lettuce using flow hydroponics system guarantees high yields and requires much less efforts and power than in case of growing in the ground or in greenhouse. The start of production is the seedling plant, where pots in which the lettuce will be grown. This is a manual job. The pots are arranged in blocks, which will then go on an automatic belt. The next step's the greenhouse. It's actually a huge moving production belt. Young plants are placed at the beginning of the belt, gradually moving closer to the exit of the greenhouse. The nutrient solution is fed to the plants automatically so that there's no need to control weeds at all. The lettuce is watered regularly and illuminated with special lamps. The path from the beginning to the end of the greenhouse takes only 10 to 30 days. On leaving the greenhouse, the lettuce is cleaned of side leaves and roots, weighed and packed into individual bags, and then into cardboard boxes. The boxes are collected during the day, and in the evening, they're distributed to stores. Pasta production. In 2017, the Italian company Pavan started its automatic pasta production, which turned out to be one of the most spectacular processes I've ever seen. The machine kneads the dough itself, rolls it out, then shapes each of the varieties of pasta in just a few movements. The shaped pasta is then sent for heat treatment, where it's pasteurized and dried. In a single work shift, such a machine can produce about 150 tons of fresh pasta. That's more than a ton per hour, but you can never have too much pasta, right? Sliced bread. Today, not everyone has time to slice bread by hand. Special machines were invented long ago to make ready-made toasts. One such machine is capable of slicing 50 loaves of bread in a minute. How do the loaves not fall apart? The machine uses air jets to keep them in one place. All that remains is to push the sliced bread forward, straight into the package. The final step is to expel the excess air from the package and secure the open end of the package with a metal clip. So simple, but still ingenious. Industrial egg peeler. Since technology has stepped forward, no one is surprised by ready-to-eat foods anymore. You've probably seen peeled boiled potatoes and beets in grocery stores. But did you know that there's a special machine for cleaning boiled eggs? The peeling system called Synovo not only peels but also pre-cooks eggs. All the worker has to do is to place the egg in special metal troughs. The system will take the eggs to the boiling water, where they'll be boiled for 18 minutes, after which they'll be sent to cool for 23 minutes in a container with cold water. Then Synovo will peel them all at once by vibrating. The egg hits the sides of the chute, and the weight of the egg splits the shell. The next step is the buffer, where the cracked eggshell is gently scraped off and removed. Synovo can boil, cool, and peel 20,000 eggs in 1 hour. Wax crayons. Each of us has seen Crayola wax crayons at least once. You betcha. The company managed to make their product a real cult. I want you to enjoy a really pleasing process of production of these crayons. The process starts with mixing paraffin wax, color pigments, and other ingredients. The exact composition of the mixture for making crayons is intentionally kept confidential by the manufacturers. The mixture is poured into a spinning molding machine. After the wax is cooled down, the rest of the upper part of the machine is carefully cut off, and the shaped crayons are taken out of the molds by a hydraulic push-pull mechanism. Now all that remains is to transfer the shaped crayons to the packing compartment, where they're wrapped. In just 1 minute, such a factory can produce 8,500 brand new wax crayons. The standard here is 13.5 million crayons a day, or about 5 billion crayons a year. The only thing left is to find so many willing to learn how to paint with wax crayons. Cans and bottles. Glass is made from natural raw materials that are melted at very high temperatures. It's believed that the main ingredient of glass is sand, but technically the main ingredient is the sand component, quartz, or quartz sand. The heated mixture, which already has the right to be called glass, can be cut in portions. A special device is responsible for measuring and separating equal portions at the production facility. The cut portions go straight into the molds, and the bottlenecks are pulled out with compressed air pressure. To give the bottle its final shape, it's heated up again. But this isn't the end of the production process, because the bottles must also be polished and sterilized. By the way, did you know why they keep making narrow, long necks on all modern beverage bottles? Not only is it easier to hold, but when you hold the entire bottle by the neck, the drink at the bottom of the bottle stays cold. Write in the comments if you knew about this, and stay tuned to learn even more interesting facts about other products and their production. Can you answer the question, how is plywood made? Everyone's seen it, but few have any idea of how it's made. In short, plywood's made by gluing together the thinnest slices of wood. It doesn't get any easier, does it? It's not very clear about how you can get a thin slice of wood, right? I'll show you. In plywood factories, the felled wood is first sawn into several large pieces. The resulting blanks are placed in a special machine, on the edge of which there's a sharp knife. The knife is used to cut the wood rotating in the machine. The thickness of the wood that comes out from under the knife is only 2 millimeters. The sheets follow the automatic belt to the adjacent workshop, where they're sliced, then smeared with glue and pressed into finished planks. Onion industry. Dreamed of peeling onions without crying? Technology will come to your rescue. This onion peeling and slicing machine is called Finis, and it's a pleasure to look at. Everything is systemized clearly and understandably. This is one of the unique factories that use a system to automatically orient the onions in space. Automatics set the root crop in the right position, guided by the data from the cameras. After this calibration, the next stage of the process starts, during which the bottom and the top of the onions are carefully cut off. Final stage uses a machine that gently removes the husks and sends the finished onions further on the belt to the packing house. Thus, one such machine can peel 12,000 onions in just 1 hour. Automatic pretzels. It's not without reason that Germany is known all over the world for its exceptional technology. The Germans have even managed to create a machine that's programmed to make pretzels. A pretzel is a salted food 10 to 15 centimeters in length, made from wheat flour, malt, yeast, and water. Before the 1930s, they were made by hand. An experienced baker could stack up to 40 pretzels in a minute. The modern machine, codenamed Multi-Twist, is capable of providing all phases of cooking. It's responsible for kneading, rolling, and slicing the dough. After the preparatory phase, the dough strips are rolled into bundles, which the machine gives a horseshoe shape. And here's a special manipulator, which in just a second folds the horseshoe into a perfect knot. It works so fast that it rolls out as many as 2,000 pretzels in 1 hour. Condoms. The prototype of the modern condom dates back to the middle of the 19th century. Today, condoms are made of latex, a strong, thin, and tear-resistant material. Production begins by mixing liquid latex with stabilizers, antioxidants, and other essential ingredients. Then a chain of glass blanks begins to move. They'll serve as molds for the future product. At first, the glass is thoroughly washed and dried, and then dipped into a vat with the prepared latex mixture. The temperature in the vat is only 25 degrees Celsius, but the mixture remains liquid. After the first dip, the dummies are sent to dry, and then the process is repeated several more times until the condom has gained enough thickness. Then the condoms are sent to the oven for 10 to 12 minutes. During this time, the latex is hardened. Now the products are taken off the cylinders, washed, and treated with a solution that doesn't let them stick together when rolled up. Then it's time for all sorts of tests. The labs at the factories thoroughly test a few randomly selected samples. Aluminum tubes. Aluminum is a godsend for manufacturers of household goods. Thanks to modern technology, the efficiency of its use has increased many times over. In this plant, for example, a piece of aluminum the size of a coin is transformed by machines into a full-fledged tube. All that's left is to fill and tighten the plastic cap. In 1 minute, 150 tubes are produced here. By the way, the contents are not pumped into the tubes through the neck. To the manufacturers of pastes and other liquid substances, the tubes come with caps, but the ends are still open on the other side. That's why when you buy a paste or cream, you have to pierce a thin layer of metal before using it. That's all, guys. Have you ever been on some factory or seen production of some product? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you later.